Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Underground, underground, when I stop the ground like a million elephants, a silverback orangutan. You can't stop a train. Who wants to don't turn on? Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. Them folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. Run to the hills. Run now. Let the body hit the floor. Let the body hit the floor. Let the body
What's up, nation? Welcome to Friday, everybody's favorite day of the week. I'm your host, as always, Pi, and joined with me is Raptor Mom. What's up, Mom?
Hey, not much. Just finishing up lunch, I guess you could say.
Hell yeah. Man, so we're running a few minutes late because I've been getting into a good schedule. So I'm planning the show the show's planned previous, but I come down and sort everything out, all this tech shit, about an hour before, which is pretty good. And so I had everything worked out in about 45 minutes or so, 40 minutes or something. And I was like, you know what? I got some time to go have a cigarette, go take a piss, go make a coffee. And while I was up there just waiting for the kettle to boil and stuff, I was bullshitting with the wife, and I lost track of time. And she started making a burrito. We had tacos and shit last night. So she made a burrito from the leftovers. And I was like, oh man, I'm kind of hungry. Let's make a fucking burrito. And then Raptor Mom's like, hey, you ready? I was like, oh, fuck. Completely lost track of time.
That's okay. I was eating my Skyline Cincinnati chili three-way.
Nice. Yeah, so what is a three-way?
Okay, so I'm from the Cincinnati area. And if any of our listeners are, they know what it is. It's you take spaghetti noodles, you put Cincinnati chili on top, and then you put freshly finely shredded cheese on top. And it's so normally I eat a four-way, which you add onions, but I didn't feel like cutting up an onion, so I had a three-way.
Damn. So
it's good stuff. You need to go to a Skyline.
So you could say you're a three-way professional.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh man. So this week's been kind of a different type of week. So normally we get stories that are kind of all shitty and down and blah and but this week's been pretty good. It's been pretty uplifting. So yeah, I got another good story, kinda. It made me giggle.
Yeah, you're definitely giggling.
So everyone looks at the Army basic training or boot camp as fucking, I don't know, kind of intense, but not really. Not really that hard at all. Especially over the past few years, it's kind of become pussified. But the Marines, on the other hand, everyone looks at the Marines as a pretty intense fucking basic training. Well, there was a Marine drill instructor accused of running a clothes dryer with a Muslim recruit inside.
What did the recruit do?
I have no idea. I read the headline and I laughed and laughed and laughed, and then I couldn't read anymore. I had to leave it for the show. So the article is coming from the Washington Post. It says a Muslim Marine said he was called a terrorist and ordered into an industrial clothes dryer multiple times by a drill instructor who then turned it on, burning him, according to the investigative documents that provide new details about the alleged abuse of recruits at the service's training center at Parris Island, South Carolina. You're going to kill us all the first chance you get, aren't you, terrorist? The drill instructor thundered at the recruit. The new Marine later alleged. According to the documents that have not been released publicly but were reviewed by the Washington Post, what are your plans? Aren't you a terrorist? The issue of hazing and abuse at Paris Island surfaced on March 18th when a 20-year-old recruit with Pakistani roots, Raheel Siddiqui of Taylor, Michigan, died after leaping from a stairwell landing that was nearly 40 feet high while running away from the same drill instructor who used the dryer. The instructor had just slapped Siddiqui just before he jumped. Siddiqui's death drew public scrutiny to the culture of harsh punishments at Paris Island, one that Marine officials were already examining, the documents show. Last week, service officials announced that 20 members of Paris Island's staff could face criminal charges for administrative discipline or administrative discipline following the conclusion of 3 investigations into various abuse allegations. But the document raised questions about whether Paris Island Marines could be implicated in the scandal. Marine Commandant General Robert B. Nella, addressing the abuse allegations last week, said in a statement the recruit training will remain physically and mentally challenging, but that the manner in which Marines are made is as important as the final product. When America's men and women commit to becoming Marines, we make a promise to them, he said. We pledge to train them with firmness, fairness, dignity, and compassion. Some of the details of the abuse have previously been reported, but the investigative document describes an environment in which one unit in particular, the 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, had drill instructors who not only tested recruits' mettle, or as it expected, but abused them physically and emotionally. And it kind of goes on and on and on and on. It's a pretty big freaking article. So, by the sounds of it, this one particular training unit, has got some fucked up drill instructors. So this one particular drill instructor that put the dude in the dryer, he was also involved in a Marine recruit killing himself. Yeah, somewhat. I don't know if that's official or anything.
Well, it's still under investigation, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I'm assuming if it was official that he had a hand in it, he wouldn't be a drill instructor anymore. But yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all about fucking hazing to a certain degree. I mean, there's obviously stepping over the line when it comes to hazing, but I think hazing is somewhat of an important aspect and tradition. For example, hazing, believe it or not, still goes on today, but it's not derogatory. It's not harmful. Yeah, kinda. And it's looked at as a tradition, but it's still fucking hazing. So whenever you get promoted, you get fucking pinned. I mean, back in the day, you'd have your fucking your chevrons or your rank up here in the collar. So, and it had pins on it. So you put the pins through the fucking material and forget to put the grommets on there. So then when dudes come up to congratulate you, they fucking thump down on your collarbones. So the pins pierce your skin and starts making you bleed and shit. Nowadays it's fucking with the Velcro rank, people just fucking punch you in the chest. That's a form of fucking hazing, but I think it's a rite of passage. It's tradition. It's a special way of being kind of congratulated. Now, I can remember one particular person that got promoted in my unit, and this always stuck with me. So I think they got promoted to like specialist or some shit, and the normal thing was, dude gets fucking promoted. Everyone above him. Everyone at that rank and above kind of gets to punch him in the chest. If you fall below them, then you get your shit out of luck. You generally go over, shake their hand, and then go stand next to them and start doing push-ups. until they say recover. But anyway, I was speaking to my squad leader at the time. It was like, hey, are we going to fucking go do this, dude, or what? And they turned around and said, no, I'm just going to go shake their hand, say congratulations, and then walk the fuck off. And I was kind of confused. I was like, why? And they're like, well, I don't like that particular person. I don't respect that particular person. I think they're a shitbag. So why am I going to go and fucking give them like the quote unquote inner circle welcome if I think they're a shitbag? And that kind of stuck with me from then on. And I think that in itself reinforces the fact that is a tradition. It is a hazing process. It's a welcome to the club type of deal. But yeah, I remember, man, I got promoted to corporal and E5 on the same day. So I guess I was a specialist, and I guess I was doing good things. And they put up the paperwork to laterally promote me to corporal. Because I was waiting on the fucking 5 list for a while, waiting for points to hit. So they put this request up. It came back approved. So they were due to promote me on the 1st of the month. Well, as fucking luck would have it, that month I also made points for E5. So the corporal promotion really didn't fucking matter. But my unit being my unit, and the fact that I was being promoted on April 1st, they decided to fucking promote me to corporal anyway. So they promoted me to fucking corporal. We had something called the gauntlet. So everyone lines up, makes a big like fucking tunnel type thing. And you literally walk down the fucking gauntlet. Like left side, congratulations, get pounded. Right side, congratulations, get pounded. And you're constantly going like back and forth like a fucking pinball machine up and down this fucking gauntlet. And you're just getting fucked. So then they fucking got everyone back into formation. And they were like, oh, yeah, by the way, we're also promoting you to sergeant. So get the fuck up here. They done the whole official thing. It's like, all right, now get to start the fucking gauntlet, shithead. So I got pounded again. Like I got fucked up. But yeah, they for my corporal. So we was wearing the fucking Velcro shit. So they took the pin, the corporal pin. Well, no, it was they gave me the fucking E2 Velcro rank, and then they got the E2 pin that you put on the fucking head, and they put that pin above the fucking E2 rank. So you now have 2 chevrons, but the top chevron is the metal fucking pin. So they put that on the center of my chest, and when I went through the gauntlet, they were pounding that. So my whole fucking sternum had like pin marks and blood and all kinds of shit over there. So I was already hurting pretty bad by the time I went through the gauntlet again. It was kind of funny how they done it, because the first sergeant commander, like after the official like, hey, you're promoted, blah blah blah, they immediately done the gauntlet. First sergeant commander stood at the beginning of the gauntlet and said, officially, we're congratulating you now. Don't move until we disappear. They turned around, walked into the fucking building. So plausible deniability and all that shit. And then I got pounded. Then they came back out, promoting me to fucking sergeant, and done the whole thing again. Like, don't move until we disappear. Fucked off. And then, yeah, I got pounded again. But I never forget it, because it was it hurt like a motherfucker, but it was a good feeling. It was kind of like these dudes think enough of me to, I guess, pound the living fuck out of me and laugh and joke about it. It was a good welcome to the brotherhood, especially the NCO Corps. So yeah, I had fun, but I definitely think hazing like that and traditions like that, as long as they don't cross the line, I think they're perfectly fine. Putting a dude in a fucking dryer, I guess it's fine.
Turning it on is where it...
Yeah, I think putting a dude in a dryer is fine, but turning it on is where it crosses the line. Calling a dude a terrorist, that could go one of two ways. The dude can kind of brush it off, or you could turn the dude into fucking resenting you and the organization and the people around you. So if you're calling everyone a terrorist, then fine. As long as you don't put any extra emphasis on that one fucking dude, I don't have a problem with that. But if you're going to single him out, again, he could just brush it off and take it as a fucking joke, or you could turn him into resenting you and the fucking people around him and blah, 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 and put him down a fucking dark path. So, yeah, you got to be careful with this shit. I mean, it's common sense, really, but obviously not a lot of people have that.
Well, but then you also have people that really can't handle, some, like, yeah, as we say, turn the dryer on. That's, that crosses the line. Even before that, just like, simple hazing, joking around. Some people can't handle that, and they go whine and complain, to EO or whoever. Right,
and it's my honest belief. I truly believe this, that if people can't take or can't handle simple, what I would call joking around or bullshitting or just nitpicking, then you shouldn't be in the military. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, you shouldn't have to be able to tolerate people making fun of you or jokes or anything like that to be able to do your job effectively, or to be downrange and be in combat and do your job effectively in combat. Now, I got that. I understand what you're saying. The point I'm trying to make is, if you are able to handle the kind of joking, the back and forth banter and all that kind of bullshit that goes on, you start building a bond between the group of people you're with. So again, as long as you don't go fucking crossing the line, but you start making a bond, you start making a connection, it brings you closer, and it's been proven time and time again that people that are closer together work better together in all kinds of different situations. So by nitpicking and even what we do on the station here, we bullshit about each other and
yeah.
ISIS fucking as old as Jesus and all that kind of shit. Like that in itself is just solidifying the bond between you, and by doing that, you get to know each other, and it's an experience. You fucking bond together. If you don't have that, then it's essentially fucking robots. It's like everyone works in their own separate cubicle, and you just work on your own by yourself, do your own thing, and that's that. And whereas, yes, that may work, it's not team cohesion. It's not a fucking solid unit that can go out and do shit. You have to know people's strengths and weaknesses to be able to make a good, cohesive team. And I think if you don't have that basic non-crossing the line hazing or nitpicking and shit, you can't have that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I've always looked at, being, especially working here for the station, the nitpicking and what we do with each other. To me, it's like, it's what family does. Like, and
right.
If you guys didn't do it, like, sorry, I've got allergies going on here. And if you guys didn't do it, then to me, I would be like, okay, they don't like me. I'm not being picked on. Right. So what the hell's going on?
And it kind of goes back to what I was saying about the whole promotion thing. If you didn't like the dude, if you thought he was a shitbag, whatever the case may be, you wouldn't fucking welcome him in by punching him in the chest or slamming his fucking shoulders. You just kind of shake his hand and walk the fuck off. So it is a kind of rite of passage type of thing. Like I'm known as, I guess within the station, I'm known as the good idea fairy. But now Jim kind of fucking threw that. I think Jim started that off and kind of threw that around. And
you had that cartoon.
Yeah, it got to me once, and the only reason it got to me is because like literally every other sentence had like good idea fairy in it, and it just became annoying more than anything else. So it didn't get to me. The good idea fairy thing didn't get to me. It was just, that was all that was being fucking said, and it was just becoming annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, I think everyone needs a special place and have a name, a nickname, or something kind of bestowed upon them that that essentially says, hey, you really are a part of the group or the team, the unit, the whatever's going on.
I try to keep track of everybody's birthday, and I try and send like a gag gift. Lee Majors, for his birthday, I sent him a box of dicks.
Yeah. Did Redleg get a box of dicks as well?
Not yet.
Oh.
I think his is towards the. Actually, it's coming up here soon.
I'm gonna order him a male stripper.
Ooh.
He'll like that.
Or a mail order bride.
Oh yeah.
Roger 7, I sent him a bunch of Kool-Aid because he's always talking about his Kool-Aid. Trying to think who else. Actually, that's it so far. I mean, I'm writing, in my calendar everybody's birthday. I know Badger is not a part of the station anymore, but was it last Saturday or Saturday before? I'm trying to remember. It was Labor Day weekend, that Saturday, and the Saturday night free-for-all.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was interesting. And Badger was on there. They were talking about how he was magnum size and condoms and stuff. So I'm going to figure out his birthday, and I'm going to find that they're called the finger cots. They're like itty bitty, like they look like condoms, but it's for like if you work at a restaurant or anything, and you have a cut on your finger, you have to put that over your finger. Well, I'm going to get a box of those and mail them to you, and like here's your magnum size condoms. So
yeah, but yeah, I think hazing, as long as it doesn't cross the line, and the nitpicking and what everyone traditionally calls just the bullshit and just joking around. I think that's a needed thing in any cohesive team. If you don't have that, then everyone's their own individual, and as you know, individuals don't make a team. A team makes a team. The individuals have to come together to form that team. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, I definitely think this drill instructor stepped over the line by turning the thing on. I just think it was. Now I don't know if he was singling the dude out. I don't know if he was doing this shit to other people. As always, mainstream media only gives you the one-sided particular story. And
what they want you to hear.
Yeah, not the broad picture. So I don't know. But another fucking hazing rite of passage is when you're airborne, your fucking cherry jump. Not everyone is able to get the big red helmet cover, the cherry helmet. But you definitely jump with a number of cherry pies in your pocket. Or pockets.
What?
Yeah, you put you take them out of the wrapper and you put the cherry pies in your fucking your side pockets, and then the pockets down by your ankles. Like in every pocket you can possibly fit a fucking cherry pie in, you put it in the pocket. Because you're a cherry. It's your first jump, like your first actual jump out of airborne school. So you put all these fucking cherry pies in there. And then, you go do your fucking airborne operation out, fucking check canopy, all that bullshit. And you come down, and then when you PLF, you're landing on one pocket, at least. Unless you have some amazing fucking jump, and God loves you that day, just brings all the fucking thermals with you, and you just glide down, and you almost have a standing landing, which I know you're not meant to do. So you have to fucking PLF, essentially. So one of them pies is going to get squashed and cover one of your pockets with fucking cherry pie. But yeah, that's a fucking tradition. But you could also call that hazing because, you're fucking the dude's shit up. But it's tradition. It's a welcome to the brotherhood. It's that kind of fucking thing. It just is what it is. So yeah, I fully fucking agree with hazing to a certain extent. Traditions are there for a fucking reason, and they should be carried on. Yeah, there you go. But speaking of traditions and military type shit, we spoke about this. Oh wow, maybe a month or so ago. The U.S. Army had approved a number of females to essentially go to SFAS, Special Forces Selection, or Special Forces Assessment and Selection.
Okay.
So I guess, I can't remember the exact numbers now, but I think there was like 100 or so applicants, and out of that 100, however they done it, they selected 5 that was actually going to go ahead to SFAS. But this is coming from the Washington Times. It says the first female soldier to participate in the Army's initial training for the Green Berets, which is the SFAS, side by side with men, failed to complete the course. The enlisted soldier is the first woman to attend the U.S. Army Special Forces Assessment and Selection, the first step towards earning the Special Forces name and the coveted Green Beret. Since Defense Secretary Ashton Carter opened all combat jobs to women in December, a number of female troops had applied for direct combat roles, from which they had long been banned. No woman has achieved the qualifications to become an Army Ranger. Well, that's wrong. So, Washington Times, fix your fucking shit. A Green Beret or a Navy SEAL or a Marine Corps infantry officer. No female has also been qualified to be an Air Force parajumper, among other combat specialties. The first woman to try out for the 75th Ranger Regiment failed to complete the course this month, which is RASP or RIP, whatever the fuck they call it nowadays. The Army Times reported 3 female soldiers have completed the Army Rangers School, but not the qualification for Special Operations Ranger Regiment. In July, the Times reported that 2 female officer candidates had been accepted to attend Special Forces Assessment and Selection class that begins in the spring. On September 2nd, the unidentified female enlisted soldier reported to the U.S. Army John F. Kennedy Special Warfare Center and School at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. She passed the physical fitness test and the first half of the grueling 21-day weeding out process, during which 10 to 15% of her classmates dropped out. During the land navigation phase of the training, she either withdrew voluntarily, was medically dropped, or was administratively removed for not meeting standards, said 3 sources who spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss. Man, I got a spider or some shit on me. They were not authorized to discuss the matter. Pending review boards, she may try again. Historically, only 1/3 of candidates passed the entire course. An average class is about 300 candidates, with a 10 to 15% attrition rate after the physical fitness assessment. The total attrition rate at the end of SFAS is 60%. Army officials would not confirm or deny that a female enlisted soldier was enrolling in the training. They would not release her name, rank, military occupational specialty, or deployment history. She did attend airborne school because all SF candidates must be airborne qualified. And it goes on and on and on and on. Yeah, it goes on and on and on and on and on. But go to WashingtonTimes.com and search for that shit if you want to read up all about it. But yeah, so the first ever female candidate for SF, holy shit, I can't talk today. She failed the course. SFAS, at least, not the Q course. Now, SFAS is designed from the way the build-up is. It's designed to see if you would withstand the rigors and training of the qualification course. So the qualification course is broken down into many different aspects, but essentially you're getting fucked up for about a year or so. Depends on how which job you're going for. Bravo, 18 Bravo is weapons sergeant, and that's the shortest course. The longest course is the Delta, the medic, and I think that's like a year and a half, just under 2 years, I think. But yeah, so it's a grueling process. A buddy of mine ended up in the Q course going through as a Bravo, I think it was, and he ended up, I think he broke his ankle at some point, and so they put him to the side to fucking recover, and he just wasn't recovering from the injury like he should have done. So he ended up going to the fucking 80 douche and spending some time over there. So, yeah, just because you make it past selection and go into the Q course, it doesn't mean you're fucking safe. You know, you can you can still get fucking dropped from the Q course for a number of reasons. But yeah. Christy wants to know if I'm tripping. I don't know what's going on today. I wasn't feeling like this earlier, so I think some of my meds are kicking in, along with this coffee I'm drinking. Yeah, I'm not dizzy, but like...
Lightheaded?
Yeah, there you go. I'm kind of feeling some lightheadedness going on. And yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I like the feeling.
Did you really have a spider crawling on you?
Yeah, no, yeah, I did. There. I don't know if it was a spider or a tiny little fly, but it kept like doing this shit. And I was trying to fucking ignore it, and it came like right here, and that's why I kind of grabbed. But now I see why you guys thought I was fucking tripping. Oh shit!
I hate spiders. Yeah, I don't like them. So
yeah,
I would probably be like stripping naked, trying to figure out where it went.
I don't mind spiders. I've always been like a spider fan. Like I don't own any spiders. I knew some people that would keep spiders as pets, like tarantulas and shit like that. I don't have a problem with spiders. Yeah, I pick spiders up all the fucking time and just hold them in my hands and shit like that.
I do have a funny story though.
I actually have a rule in my house that you're not allowed to kill spiders. So anytime a spider is seen, Dad! And then I go fucking go get a spider.
It was like a couple years ago. It was fall, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I looked down in my lap. There was a brown recluse just on my lap, and I just froze. I was like, "Oh fuck, what do I do?" So I just took my hand and I just shoo him away, because I definitely wasn't going to smash a brown recluse.
Right.
And after that I couldn't find him. So I was just sitting there. I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was watching TV. The next thing I know, the motherfucker is on my arm.
Damn.
And yeah, so I just like right there, and then I couldn't find him. So right then and there, I just fucking stripped down naked in my living room.
Oh shit.
I was like, cussing and making up a storm. I was like, God, they got it. Fuck. And John is outside chopping wood, and he comes inside. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" I'm like, "There's a brown recluse in this house," and it was on me, and he just was like, "What the hell?" So we're looking for the brown recluse because I didn't want the kids or anybody to get bit. We found him and we tossed him in the fireplace. Damn.
Yeah, I don't like killing spiders. I don't know why. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel this, like, it's going to sound real fucking gay right now, but I feel like this attachment to spiders. I don't know why. I have no fucking idea. But, yeah, it really, like, irks me. It bothers me when I see people kill spiders for some reason. I don't know why. I have no fucking idea. Like I said, I don't own any spiders as pets or anything. And I have no intention to. Like, I have no drive to do that or anything. I don't know. It just it really bugs me when people kill spiders. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But yeah. So Jesse in Facebook Live says, "Who's the woman? What's her take on the issue about women not making it in SFAS so far?" Jesse, the woman is Raptor Mom. She is our senior administrative. Well, I don't know. Did you get fired or re-promoted or anything?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
I know I was fired for a short time, and then I was like, okay, then you can have Badger, and then they rehired me.
So Raptor Mom is our senior administrative assistant. Without Raptor Mom, this station would crumble. She does amazing stuff for the station. She does all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Well, not all of it, but a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff as far as admin shit goes. Booking guests, contacting guests.
Paperwork.
Yeah, paperwork, keeping track of shit. When you guys buy stuff from the store over at WTFNationRadio.com, she's the one that ships it all out to you guys. Yeah, she's the admin genius behind the scenes. So Raptor Mom hasn't served. She's a dependent. If you ever listen to my show, you know I'm an avid believer on a difference between dependent and a depender. Raptor Mom is definitely a dependent.
Well, I mean, I also was a former first responder too. So.
Yes, and a first responder. So she has that unique first responder perspective, and as you guys know,
sense of humor.
Yeah, law enforcement, medics, all them type of dudes, firefighters. We look at them as being part of our brotherhood. So, yeah.
What's my take on the issue? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could really. Because I've never served in the military, so, I've always been like, if a woman is to do a job, the same job as a man, that you cannot change the qualifications. Like, she has to be able to do the same fucking thing at the same rate and the same pace.
All right, so standards should stay the same regardless of gender.
Correct. Because, I personally believe, with certain jobs, you have to have that agility, the same agility to be able to perform them as everyone else. There's a reason why they set that bar so high.
Right.
Is because, to me, it's like, if you don't push yourself that high, then how are you going to get out of a situation? Whether it's, you're in special forces and you're on, some kind of mission. And I'm pretty sure they go through, they're literally fighting for their lives. And it's no different if you're a firefighter or a police officer. You push yourself to that limit to make sure you come back home to your family. So I think, if she can do the job, if she can do it the same rate as men, then go for it. But do not make any special, qualifications for them.
Right.
Or reduce the fitness standards or anything like that.
Right. There was a couple of examples come to mind. So there's been a couple of rangers that went down range, got fucked up, leg amputated or whatever the case may be, came back, got prosthetic, retrained up, and they wanted to stay in regiment. They still wanted to go down range and fucking fight the good fight. So they had to prove themselves that with a prosthetic, they could still go out and do the same thing and perform to the same standard as they were able to do before the injury. And they do that. So this ranger, I'm not sure if there's any right now, but when I was in, there was rangers that were going down range with a prosthetic fucking leg and still fighting the good fight and doing the regiment mission. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female, if you got one leg or two legs, you need to meet the fucking standard. And if you don't meet the standard, then you don't get the job. If you do meet the standard, then you get the fucking job. It's that fucking simple. It reminds me of that movie, was it The First Black Navy Diver?
What is that movie?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. But he became the first black Navy diver, and then I think it was like on his very first fucking mission or some shit. One of the chains broke. He pushed someone out the way and saved their life. But in the course of that, he lost a leg. It like ripped his fucking leg off. And then he went through the whole rehabilitation process and was adamant he was going to dive again. So he had to wear this new fucking heavy ass suit and take like 10 steps or some bullshit. And he done it. And because he done it, even though they were the board members, or at least the chairman, was dead against him doing it. Men of honor. There you go.
They had a Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yes. And what's that other fucking dude?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, Robert De Niro. Yeah. So even though the head board member didn't want this fucking dude to do it, I guess it was because he was black. You know, Robert De Niro and fucking and Junior fucking like played off each other and fucking took the steps, and because he done it, he was reinstated as a Navy diver, which is fucking awesome. But again, it goes to prove the point that regardless if you're male, female, 2 legs, 1 leg, whatever the case may be, you need to meet that standard because the job is a rigorous one. So as long as you meet that standard, I don't give a fuck who you are. Simple.
And I completely agree.
Yep. Yes, Hoppy, correct. The story of Carl Bashir. Yeah. That was a good fucking movie. I like watching that movie. You know, is it just me, or is it them type of movies are no longer being made? Like, nowadays, the movies are kind of... They have no real, like, emotion or fucking, like, depth to it. Like, Men of Honor, A Few Good Men, you know, them type of movies, they were fucking good-ass movies.
I don't know if you know... But, with crap, my mind totally went blank on the movies. Mark Wahlberg just played in it. The Navy SEAL. Shit.
The Navy SEAL, Mark Wahlberg,
He played,
Lone Survivor.
That's it.
That movie was okay. I mean, it was kind of emotional.
They brought up End of Watch. Oh my gosh.
End of Watch.
It's got.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You need to watch that one. It's definitely about, you know, I got your 6 type. It's 2 police officers, and anyways, just you gotta watch it. I don't want to, do any spoilers.
All right. Yeah, I'll check that out this weekend. Bring the tissues.
Yeah, like you'll definitely need tissues for that one.
Onion cutting ninjas are going to be around for that.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Hey, Raptormom, you're going to have to remind me, because I'll forget.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll definitely check that one out this weekend. Pearl Harbor, yeah, that's another good movie that was fucking really well done. A lot of motion behind it.
I mean, it was good. It was more of a love story behind it, which, I mean, that type of stuff did happen during World War II, so.
You know, another really good fucking movie that stuck with me throughout my entire fucking life. Like, I always remember this movie. And especially for the time it was created. But I think even now, if you put this particular movie up against some of the modern day ones, I think this particular movie would outdo some of the modern ones. And that's Platoon.
Oh, yes.
Platoon was an awesome fucking movie. Like, unreal fucking movie. I still remember bits and pieces of that. I haven't watched it in years. But, yeah.
That had, what's this? I'm horrible with actors' names. Charlie Sheen, correct?
Yeah, it had Charlie Sheen in it. It had, I can't remember his name. But yeah, Charlie Sheen, like the young Charlie Sheen was in it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a number of fucking awesome movies out there. But I think them type of movies nowadays are like few and far between. I mean, if you look in the past, there was a lot of them type of movies, and not just war or military related movies, but like just movies in general. It just seemed a lot more was put into it. There was a lot more substance in it. Nowadays, it's kind of not so much. I don't know. Yeah, Full Metal Jacket was another one. That was a pretty fucking intense one. I remember watching that as a kid. That's pretty fucking cool. But yeah,
Saving Private Ryan.
yeah, that's another one. Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of these fucking movies that are just all-time greats. But
I'm trying to read some of the Facebook comments.
what am I doing? There we go. Do that.
Now, there's been some series like that HBO has done, or like some of the cable channels have done.
Like Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've never watched that.
Winter is coming. Oh, you haven't watched it? Are you serious?
No, I don't have HBO.
Oh shit.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Like the Pacific was a good series.
I don't think I've watched that.
You would like it. Let's see here. What else?
You know, I don't really watch too much TV. Like nowadays, all I really watch on TV, apart from fucking cartoons because of the kids, is I watch John Oliver's Last Week Tonight.
Yeah.
And then Vice Principals, which is on just before that, which is on HBO. And there was a mini series or a mini show. I don't know if it's an actual series. It was called The Night Of. I really got into that. That was pretty cool. But it was only like, I think it was 7, 8 episodes, and then it stopped. So I don't know if there's going to be another season. Like, I don't know what the fuck's up with that show. But that was a good fucking show. I like that. But yeah, so they're essentially the only two TV fucking programs I watch. I don't watch any TV.
Now, the Band of Brothers, that was an excellent series. If you can, if you get the chance to watch that.
I remember we watched that in Basic on Sundays. So
okay.
If you didn't go to church or whatever, you were watching that while you were like cleaning your lockers and doing all that like kind of downtime Sunday shit. Band of Brothers would be playing. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Apocalypse Now. That's another fucking great one. Man, all these fucking great movies. But get this. All these movies that all you guys are mentioning are movies from back in the day. Like, there's no real good fucking movies nowadays. I mean, you got a couple. Like, Saving Private Ryan was I guess, recently created?
I mean, that was my junior year of high school. So it was
okay, so that
1999. So
okay, yeah, so that's definitely back in the day.
17 years ago.
Yeah. One of the admins asks, "You had access to TV in Basic?" No. The drill sergeants would bring in a TV and a DVD, so we couldn't even change a channel. Like, there was no cable or anything. They would literally bring in a TV and a DVD player, and they would play Band of Brothers for us. They said, "You guys need to fucking learn something, so watch this shit." So that was it. So. I mean, I got the idea behind it.
When they brought the TV in, was it like you're in school and they, the TV on the cart, and as soon as you saw it come into your classroom, you get all excited.
Yes.
You're like, yes, no class.
Yes, for sure. Because, I mean, you don't see TV at all. And I think we had to wait. We was in, like, there's 3 stages. Fuck, what is it? Red, blue, green, I think it was. No, red, white, and blue. That was it, because it was the American colors. We only got to watch it in blue phase. So, I mean, we had to fucking wait. And we didn't know about it. Like, they one Sunday, they brought it in and fucking said, "Hey, his Band Brothers, you fucking knuckleheads need to learn something." And, yeah. So, we didn't get it in red or white phase. So blue phase, we were almost done with fucking Basic. We pretty much fucking learned everything. It's all about, now going to show your shit and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah. One of the admins is Redleg, and his question is still, when the hell did they start letting you watch anything in Basic? I guess I don't know. Like, we still only got, I think I only got 2 phone calls throughout the entire time in Basic. One was like, so you get to your, what's the name of that place? The little intake company, whatever the fuck that's called. So you first get to basic, you get in like a holding company, and then you get pushed out to your actual basic training company, or battalion, or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, company. So once we got to the actual company, it was like 3 days after we actually got there, we got to make a phone call, which was literally fucking 5 minutes, if that. And it was basically, hey, I got here, everything's good, here's my address if you want to send me shit, I don't know when I'll be able to call you, love you, goodbye. That was it, pretty much. And then the next time I got to make a phone call was, hey, how you doing? Everything's going great. We're getting ready to graduate soon. Here's when we're graduating, this is the time. This is the things you need to do if you want to be here. Yeah, I'll write you another letter with all the details. Love you, bye. That was it. That was essentially the phone calls. Yeah. So it was still in that particular time where, like, you didn't get shit. Like, we weren't allowed to get into any of our bags. We weren't allowed cell phones. We weren't allowed any of that bullshit. But they brought in a fucking TV to hear his fucking band of brothers learn something about teamwork and camaraderie and shit. Redleg says there was no phone calls when he was in basic. The telephone hadn't been invented yet.
Are we sure that's Red Leg?
Yeah, that's either Red Leg, Howie, or Ice.
I would say it's Ice.
Oh, shit.
I wonder if he had the two cans and a string.
Yeah. Smoke signals.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, as you guys know, every Friday, because you guys watch and listen to the show, you kind of get the preview of the Friday Safety Brief. So, this week's Friday Safety Brief is a bit different. And to be honest, I completely forgot about it. Like yesterday, normally I do the Friday Brief yesterday, like on Thursdays. I kind of go through and put everything together and do all that kind of shit. I don't know what was going on with me yesterday. I know there was something I had to do and just completely fucking forgot about it. And I woke up this morning and I was like, okay, I was kind of going through the day's events of what I got doing shit in my head. And I was like, oh, fuck, the safety brief. So I was in luck, though, because I had already planned to do this. So I came down and fucking put it together. And it only took about an hour or so just to throw everything together and encode it and all that kind of shit. So it's a special kind of Friday Safety Brief, which works for me because I forgot about it. And if
I'm surprised you didn't add the video of my husband.
No. Yeah. Raptor Mom's husband was trying to blow himself up or electrocute himself. But here, check out the Friday Safety Brief, and we'll be back in about a minute or so. What's up, nation? I'm Pi, and it's that day of the week again. Yep, it's Friday, and that means the Friday Safety Brief.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? This is Lieutenant Howson speaking.
Please stand up.
We're going to do a safety brief here real quick, and a special request. It's a safety rap. So let's get started. Here we are, returning from NTC, looking for a little time to breathe. Straight to a 4-day, it's going to be great. So find the right way to celebrate. At the bars, be able to talk to me, to think twice, and drink responsibly. Finally, we all feel free. You drink, don't you dare touch your keys. Go out with a plan, have a wingman. Let several one drive, won't see you on Monday alive. Find your fun in the right place, keep it at a slow pace. Family, friends, loved ones all. Nobody wants to hear that one phone call. Or worse, for the army to say goodbye because you decided to do drugs and get high. Boom. Too many weeks here beaten and tired. Caffeine will just make you wired. Get cozy. Get some sleep. Find a place to hide. Wake up and the rules of the road apply. Buckle up. Don't speed. Stay alert and alive. We all know how to behave, so come Monday, I want to see every one of your face.
Well, there you have it. Remember, today is National POW MIA Day. So make sure this weekend you're doing shots for our brothers and sisters that never made it home. So until next time, try not to fuck anything up. But if you do, make sure you send it to us. There you go. There's a Friday safety brief. And it looks like I just woke up, because I did.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Like I said, I literally woke up, went through the events of the day in my head. I was like, fuck, the Friday safety brief. So I came down and fucking started knocking it out. But yeah, I look like shit when I wake up. But yeah, there you go. So, yeah, Lieutenant Howitzer, whatever the fuck his name was, he had already done the Friday safety brief, so I didn't see the point in me doing it. And I think his rap skills are way better than mine. But yeah, I mean it's pretty easy. I think he covered the main points. Don't fucking drink and drive. Don't do any dumb shit. Yeah, and don't do drugs. The 4 Ds we used to call it. So when we used to do safety briefs, or in one point in time, we'd pull like the team together, and we'd each have someone say something, just to make it fucking quick to the point. Just fucking say what you shouldn't fucking do, and in there, someone always brought up the 4 Ds. So don't drink and drive, don't do drugs, don't do domestic violence, and don't do dumb shit. And dumb shit is if you think you might get fucked up in trouble for it, then that's dumb shit. So yeah, the 4 Ds was the easy way of doing it.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, there you go. So there's a Friday safety brief for you guys. You guys get the preview of it before it goes up. Normally goes up at 5 p.m. Eastern, but there's been a couple of times it's been pushed to 6 p.m. Because some dudes are still at work come 5 p.m. So yeah, give or take. So about 6 p.m. Eastern, the Friday safety brief will go up.
Did you see what D-Max said?
5 Ds now, don't D-Max. There you go. So if you think it's something D-Max would do, don't do it.
6
Ds, don't depender. Fuck, we just, let's, you know what? I'll tell you what, guys. Let's come up with a safety brief full of Ds. Don't do Ds. Oh, there you go. Don't do D's safety brief.
Don't do D's nuts?
Yeah, don't do D's nuts. There you go. So now 7, don't do D's nuts. Yeah, so go to the, after the show, go to the WTF Nation Radio Facebook page and message us some D's that you shouldn't do, including D's nuts. Yeah, and then next week, I'll put together a list of don't do D's. And yeah, that should be interesting. Don't do dancers. There you go. Well, not all dancers. Don't do dirty dancers or fucking dingy dancers or I don't know.
I just pictured the Pendas at the Starlight or whatever it's called now.
I pictured ballet dancers. Yeah, maybe my standards are a bit higher than the average guys. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. But there you go. So that's the Friday safety brief. Before we kind of went into all that, we were, you know what? I think I'm going to save this story because we need to take a break because I need a refill on my coffee.
Oh, you're drinking coffee? I just popped open a beer.
I don't have any beer. I drank all that shit. I got a fucking 5th of Jack Daniels though. I don't know if I want to start on that. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good in it right now, and with this lightheadedness stuff going on, obviously means the meds are kicking in, So I don't know if drinking would be medically
A good idea.
yeah, a good choice. So yeah.
Only one way to find out.
You know, that's the famous last words. Only one way to find out.
Or hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. I'm going in. But yeah. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take a short music break. Like literally 3 minutes. So you guys got 3 minutes to go refill on your coffee, your alcoholic beverage, go take a piss, or whatever it is you want to do. And we'll be right back. So check out, I love this song. Check out my Friday song. And
Okay.
yeah, we'll be back in like 3 minutes.
I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday's too. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love. Monday, you can fall apart. Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart. Oh, Thursday doesn't even start. It's Friday, I'm in love. Saturday waits, and Sunday always comes too late. But Friday never hesitates. I don't care if Monday's black. Tuesday, Wednesday, heart attack. Thursday, never looking back. It's Friday, I'm in love. Monday, you can hold your head. Tuesday, Wednesday, stay in bed. Or Thursday, watch the walls instead. It's Friday, I'm in love. Saturday waits, and Sunday always comes too late. But Friday never hesitates. Dressed up to the eyes, a wonderful surprise. To see your shoes and your spirits rise. Throwing up your back, smiling at the sound. As sleek as a tree spinning round and round. Always take a big bite, it's such a gorgeous sight. To see you wait in the middle of the night. Can never get enough of this stuff. It's Friday, I'm in love. I don't care if Monday's blue. Tuesday's gay and Wednesday's too. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love. Monday, you can fall apart. Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart. Thursday, it doesn't even start. It's Friday, I'm in love.
Welcome back. Back. Yeah, that was just in time. I like literally just sat down. Oh,
You good to go?
I think I'm good to go.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, holy shit. Ooh, that's hot. So you was gonna say?
I was going to ask you how you take your coffee.
Black.
Nice.
You know, growing up and shit, I used to take my coffee with milk and 3 sugars.
Yes, same here.
And then I joined the army, and being out in the field and all that kind of shit, I just started drinking it fucking black because I mean, you don't always have the luxuries of fucking, you know, sugar and all that kind of shit.
I don't know, for me, it's just I kind of, I wouldn't say I went on a diet, but I just cut out a lot of sugar. And now it's like when I drink coffee with cream and sugar, it's just too sweet, so I just drink it black.
There's been a couple of times where I've tried to put milk and sugar, like just one scoop of sugar in there, and I can't do it. I can't drink that shit anymore. It's way too sweet. And even milk with like coffee milk and no sugar, the taste is different. I don't know how I ever drank that shit. I can't do it anymore. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So before the break, we were talking about a female failing SFAS.
Yes.
Well, I found a story about Norway. Norwegian women has created the first all-female special operations team, which gives NATO troops new options in the Middle East. So it's kind of interesting since it's literally an all-female fucking special ops team.
You don't have to worry about somebody getting knocked up on the mission.
Yeah, I know, right? The article says Norway has a long history of deploying special operations units. The Forsvarets, Special Commando, or FSK, fought in Operation Enduring Freedom, running missions with Delta Force and Navy SEALs. But these men often meet a different kind of resistance when they encounter Muslim women. So there was a need for a different kind of frontline operative. In Afghanistan, one of our biggest challenges was that we would enter houses and not be able to speak with the women. In urban warfare, you have to be able to interact with women as well. Adding female soldiers was an operational need. And so the Gertroppen, which is Hunter Troop, was born. The Hunter Troop is the world's only all-female special ops force. The group was established in 2014 and has a very small acceptance rate. The first class of inductees had 317 candidates. Only 13 made it in. Those 13 women spent a year mastering airborne operations, Arctic survival, urban warfare, counter-terrorism, and more. And the 13 graduates of the program are highly capable. Their training is identical to that of their male counterparts, with the exception of the weight they carry. Their packs weigh 60 pounds instead of 88 pounds. While the group is ready to deploy anywhere, Norway's brass are most optimistic about using the team in the Middle East, where the women would be able to interact with the local population quite differently than their male counterparts. Yet the group is having an impact at home too. They're role models. Little more than a decade ago, women made up just 7% of the entire Norwegian military. Now, that number has climbed to 10%, and it's expected to hit 20% by the end of this decade, making the military more hospitable for women and increasing the opportunities women found in the service are both important. Norway is the only NATO country that has a mandate requiring young people to serve, so it is important for that their service is as useful, as rewarding as possible. So I think that's pretty cool.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, with them, interacting with, the Afghan, women or Muslim women, because, they cannot speak to a man. It makes sense because, you're trying to get information from these people about what, where, you're terrorists or whatever. I mean, interrogation, pretty much is what it is.
Right.
And I think it makes sense.
We have a something similar, not nearly anywhere close to what these gals do, but we have something like it's an augmented group called Cultural Support Teams, or CST, and it's comprised of females. I'm not sure the exact freaking process because I'm not female, so I haven't gone through it. But from what I've been told, is essentially any female from the army can apply to this team. they go through a selection process, and then they do some like train up and shit. And then
Do they have to like learn certain languages too? I would think.
to be honest, I'm not sure. I don't know if they get selected and then move on. I don't know if they have to go to language school or anything. I know that there's a lot of people that apply to this, a lot of females that apply to this already have some type of language training. Like they already have a qualified in a particular language.
Okay.
But again, that's always, well, yeah, I'm not sure, but I know there is a selection process. I know they do some kind of training, and then they get attached to certain units, and they go down range, and they're translators, and well, not translators, they're cultural support experts. So they go speak to the women and find all that kind of good shit out. So we do have something like that. Obviously, it's not the same. Christopher says, as opposed to FET. No, FET, it's essentially the same thing. Female engagement teams. Now, I don't know the difference between CST and FET. I'm assuming, and I'm probably way off base here, but I'm assuming CST is specific to special operations, where FET is specific to big army. I'm assuming, because we called them CSTs, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm assuming it's the same fucking thing. It's just called different things for different people. I don't know. But yeah, they definitely don't have, like our gals don't have the same training as these gals. I mean, they're a no shit fucking special ops team, so they go through all the fucking gun bunny stuff and all the cool guy shit. Our gals don't do that. They get some basic training here and there of certain things, and that's about it. So I think this is cool. And, you know, I think the article said, when was it? 2014? 14?
It's when it started.
Well, yeah, 2014. So it's only been up for 2 years. So it's still early days. But they've shown it can happen. It's definitely possible. Now, I'm not just reading through the article. I'm under the assumption that they're kind of segregated. Like, they have their own team, they deal with their own shit, separate from the guys. I mean, they probably mingle at some point and train with each other and shit. But as far as, you know, ops and shit, they're completely fucking separate. So maybe that would be the way to go as far as the US. So instead of having a mixed male-female team or teams, how about you have an all-female team versus the all-male teams?
You know, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean...
However...
Well, I mean, here's the thing. What? It said Norway had 317 candidates on its when it first opened up
and only class. 13
Yeah,
made
only
it.
13 made it. All right, so what does that tell you? Number one, the standards are still pretty fucking high. And number two, they're not caving just to bring people in. They're saying this is a fucking standard. If you meet it, great. If you don't, then get the fuck out of here. That's the way it should be. So maybe some standards could change ever so slightly, such as the ruck. So instead of 88 pounds, they're carrying 60 pounds, but the shit they're carrying is still shit they would operationally need. So maybe making little changes like that and having a specific team or company or whatever that is all female would be better than having a mixed team. Now,
well, the thing is yeah, you know, I think, you know, the separate teams, it's a great idea, like what Norway is doing. However, there's going to be that one fucking cunt that's going to bitch because she is not on the male team.
I mean, what difference does it make? At the end of the day, if you want to become some type of operator, then that's all you should be fucking concerned about is doing the job. It shouldn't matter that you're not on a fucking male team. The male team is going to be tasked for doing, I guess, much more arduous shit. Now, that's not saying, oh, well, you're female, so you can't handle that shit, so we're going to send the boys to go do it. That's just saying, like, for example, the dudes are going to have fucking extra weight. You're not going to be able to carry that weight. So if you're not going to be carrying that weight, someone else is going to have to fucking carry the extra weight that you're not able to carry. So instead of having a chick on there, just put a fucking dude on there so he carries his own fucking weight. You know, the female team or company or whatever should be tasked for operations or missions that are specific to their strong skill set. You know, dudes have fucking weaknesses. So, and I'm pretty sure chicks in general, some of their strong suits are what the male's weaknesses are, if that made any fucking sense. So yeah, I mean, this, like Chris said, there's pros and cons of having female only versus male only, and rewind. There's pros and cons versus having I can't word. There's a pros and cons about having
both teams.
Yes, having a all male or female versus a mixed. There we go. Holy shit. How hard was that? Oh my god. I quit. I'm done. If you want to take my job, send us an email. Fuck.
You have to buy all this equipment out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
You make it sound like it's a Monday.
Oh.
The most Mondayest Friday ever.
I know, right? Might as well be. I mean, I can't fucking word properly. Holy shit. Rob says they would be perfect for reconnaissance-specific missions.
Well, essentially, isn't that what in the article, that's what they say they do.
Let me see.
Kinda.
It says, while the group is ready to deploy anywhere, Norway's brass are more optimistic about using the team in the Middle East, where the women would be able to interact with the local population quite differently than their male counterparts. So I don't think it specifically says what they're being used for, but the Middle East is a great example. Now, here's where a mixed team would be better versus an all-female team. Is, as you know, in the Middle East, a female talking to a male, it doesn't really go over too well. Whereas a male talking to a male, it's more of that same level type respect. So definitely having a mixed team would be more beneficial than a female team. I don't know. I mean, like Chris said, there's pros and cons to both. It's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen at some point. It's just, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, just male, female, it doesn't fucking matter. You're a soldier. You do your job however the fuck your job's supposed to be done, and that should be it. I mean, I know in reality shit doesn't like work like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Holy shit! I think I'm getting ready to pass out.
Are you okay?
I don't know. We'll find out in about half hour. But,
okay.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of like cool shit and changes and stuff, you know, Amazon tried doing a delivery drones and shit at one point.
Yeah.
And then I guess the FAA shut them down for whatever reason. Like I'm a drone geek. I have one of my own. So I kind of follow this shit. But I can't remember why they got shut down. I think the FAA shut them down because of certain licensing, or I'm not too sure. But what is good news is that Google has officially started testing in Virginia of their drones. They have a burrito delivery drone.
What?
Yeah. So you no longer have to go to Taco Bell. Just call Google and they deliver a burrito to you via a drone.
But is it that hard to make your own?
Yeah, obviously not. I made one for fucking lunch, which is why the show started late. So if I can make it, yeah, it's not that fucking hard. But you have them lazy people out there. So, last week we learned that X's Project Wing, formerly Google, and Chipotle would soon be testing burrito delivery drones at Virginia Tech. Well, the some fucking newspaper has the first photos and video of what appear to be tests in nearby Blacksburg, Virginia. The video looks like shit. You can't really see what the fuck it's doing. It's more of a GIF than a video, and the picture. Fuck, I didn't put it up. It looks cool. It looks like more of a mini, like a real small aircraft than it does a drone.
So,
Like
how
the
does it
typical
keep the burrito warm?
From the picture, it looks like it's in like a little box type thing. I don't know if it's cardboard or if it's plastic, but it looks like it's in a box. So
All I could think about, like with the Amazon and the drones, it's like skeet shooting with prizes.
right. Yeah, I mean that could be a problem as well. The article goes on to say, I can confirm that we've started testing in Blackburgs. X's communication manager Jacqueline Miller told me over email, but she couldn't comment on the specifics of the video. Chipotle also confirmed over email that they were involved in the tests. The drones certainly look similar to the ones that have been tested over the past year in Australia and have used a winch to deliver packages. But it's hard to gauge from this distance just how many burritos you could pack into, or you can put into one pack. They've also reached out to the FAA for a comment, but they haven't replied yet. A woman with a clipboard was walking over to somewhat unceremoniously cut the string and carried the package back to a staging area where the test subjects watched from behind a safety net. The process was repeated about 10 times in a 30-minute span during a period on Monday. Sometimes multiple orders were brought in at the same time on two separate drones flying near to each other. So, I mean, it looks pretty cool. I mean, let's be real. We're in the futuristic era where we're just starting all this shit. The biggest problem I can see with this, as far as the FAA point of view, is flying this shit over people or crowded areas. So, as a hobbyist, a drone hobbyist, you have to be licensed by the FAA if your drone is over a certain size. And because mine's a pretty decent size, I had to register it. And at the time, the FAA first came out with their registration shit, because you didn't have to use to register them. You could just fucking fly them and whatever. So the drone fucking thing started catching on so quick, the FAA said, hey, it's in the sky, we control the sky, so you're going to have to register these motherfuckers. So if they're over a certain size, you have to register them. So at the time they started this shit up, they were offering it for free. So you would pay $5, and then they would refund you $5. But yeah, so I think it's $5 to register this thing, and they give you like a tail number that you have to put on the drone, and that's essentially that. And I think the purpose of that is if it is in some kind of accident, like you crash into a building, or it hits a bunch of people, or something like that, particular drone is identifiable. Or if you fly into a fucking aircraft and then the drone gets pushed out and they find it, or whatever the case may be. So you have to put this fucking tail number thing on it. But there's also laws that you have to follow. For example, you can't fly your drone within 5-mile radius of an active airport.
Okay.
Then you also can't take your drone above, I think it was 200 or 250 AGL above ground level. So you can only go up like 200 feet. There's ways to override that, and I went up to like 1,000, just because I was testing it and see the limits and shit. I didn't go above that, and then you can only fly it. Well, you have to be in constant eye contact with the aircraft at all times. So you couldn't fly it behind a fucking building that's like 3 feet in front of you. Or if you're in a field, you can only fly it out as far as you can see it. Like some people have flown fucking their shit for like 1.5 miles away. And obviously you can't see a fucking 1.5 miles. They do it anyway, but whatever. So if it gets fucked up or it causes an issue, you're pretty fucking liable for it. Now, that's essentially the basics of the basic hobbyist type laws. There's a couple others, but they don't really mean shit. Now, you're also, as a hobbyist, not allowed to profit from it. So I couldn't take video from the drone. Let's say I'm selling my house. I couldn't take video from the drone flying around the house just to give that kind of unique perspective and shit, and then give it to the realtor to put on the website, because that's illegal, which is fucking stupid. But so what I would need to do is apply for a commercial FAA license so I can fly the fucking drone. Now, that in itself is fucking ridiculous, because you need a flight physical. Like, even though you're not actually in the fucking aircraft, you still need a flight physical, like a basic flight physical. Then there's some extra laws and regulations you got to follow. Like, there has to be, so you're the pilot because you're controlling the thing. Then there has to be essentially a spotter. So this dude just stands there and says, hey, you're coming close to a tree, or fucking, he guides you. Because between you looking at the control panel on your fucking joystick thingy, because I got a screen on mine that will show me the camera view. So between looking at that and the drone kind of up and down, just checking where I'm going and what I'm doing and shit, I may not catch, the tree, or I'm getting too close to a house, or there's a group of people under there, or whatever the case may be, because I'm concentrated on too much shit already. So you have to have that spotter there with you. But it's fucking stupid shit. But that's about it. And I can't remember how much that costs. I think it's like $60, maybe $100 or some shit. I don't know. But some of the other laws, like I was saying, is you can't fly these fucking things over a crowd of people, because if it crashes and comes down, then it's going to injure someone, and then you just get fucked up for it. So you're not allowed. The law says you're not allowed to fly it over a group of people. You're not allowed to also fly over like football stadiums or sports stadiums and shits. So there's a bunch of laws there and restrictions. So that's what makes me, cut a long story short, that's what makes me wonder about these drones. So, and I think that's why Amazon's drone was denied, because it would have to fly over like housing fucking places and groups of people and shit like that. So I don't know how Google is working this. I don't know if the FAA has come up or reevaluated any of their laws and rules and regulations and shit like that. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with this. Man. D-Max.
I was just trying to think of it, like the whole drone thing. Like, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. D-Max wants to know, can you get a DUI droning while intoxicated? Or can you get a DUI droning while intoxicated? Technically, yes. Because you're operating an aircraft, essentially.
So, like, part of the physical, would you have to do, like, drug tests and stuff?
Yeah, like the drone I have, well, because I'm a hobbyist and not doing it for commercial use, I don't need a flight physical or anything. I can just, which is the stupid part of it, because let's say I stood out front of my house and I just took the drone around the entire house, just a loop. That's perfectly fine. I can do that, not breaking any laws. But the second then I put that exact same video up to sell my house, that's then illegal, because I don't have a commercial license, which is fucking stupid. And part of that commercial license is I need a flight physical. What the fuck difference does it make? It's fucking dumb. But yes, you can get a DUI for it because it's classed as an aircraft, and it's registered with the FAA. Yeah, you're operating I guess a motor vehicle or an aircraft while intoxicated. So yeah. I probably wouldn't fly it while intoxicated anyway.
You sure?
Oh yeah, considering this thing cost me like $1,600.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap, the shit I got. Yeah, it's not one of these like little fucking toy things. It's a pretty decent sized fucking drone. What I do is I take some video of it and I'll show you guys on Monday. It's pretty fucking cool. I mean, it's got a 4K camera on it. That's some pretty cool shit. But yeah, I'll take some video of the drone and what it does and shit, and I'll show you guys on Monday. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it cost like $1,600. It was the newest and greatest semi-professional drone when it came out. Now there's oh my god, there's awesome ones. There's one I want to get that costs like $4,000, but it's fucking insane. So I got to start saving all my pennies if I want to get that. DMEX says I should get into drone racing. You know, I actually looked into that because I would love to do drone racing. And if you guys haven't seen drone racing or you don't know what it's about, go use the Googleizer and just search drone racing. The shit is insane. So the drones, they're literally like that big, like probably about the size of your hand, if not smaller. And a lot of them do it in like kind of warehouses, like abandoned warehouses. I've even seen some in like sports arenas, and they fly around like the bleachers, and then they go down and inside the like the hallways and all kinds of shit. But like they're mini fucking drones. They got a tiny camera on the front, and you wear like the virtual reality goggles type headset, and you can see what your drone sees via that camera. It's called FPV, first person view, and you're literally just flying the fucking drone. Like, and go check out some of these videos. It's insane. Like, these things go so fucking fast, and they are so quick at turning. Like, it's fucking great. But I looked into that shit, and it's expensive as fuck. I looked at a basic drone package, just like very basic drone that I could fly. And I think it was about $600, like somewhere around there. And then as you start moving up, even at the basic stage, like you start moving up, I mean, you're looking $1,200, $1,400, $1,800. So it's a major fucking expensive hobby or sport. But yeah, I'd love to go fucking drone racing and shit. It'd be pretty cool. But yeah, go check out drone racing using the Googleizer. That shit looks fun.
Like, is there sponsors?
I think so, yeah. Like, I think the sport is starting to get, like, serious people on it now. Yeah, so, like, serious companies are actually, like, starting to sponsor this shit. I don't know if it will ever become mainstream because it's fucking drones. It's not as if you can, like, sit in a stadium and watch it because these things are so fucking small. Yeah, so I'm not sure how they would, if they wanted to commercialize it and bring it into like a big, brain dead, like into the major league type fucking thing. I don't know how they would do it. I mean, I guess they could televise it, have like certain fucking courses, and I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely, I wouldn't say a spectator sport as far as go sit in an arena and watch this shit happen.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I've only seen what I've seen on YouTube and shit like that of the drone races. Like, I looked at the price tag, and I kind of stepped back from it, which is probably fucking stupid. I should probably just keep fucking looking into it and shit and save up and fucking get involved in this shit. But, yeah, it looks pretty fucking cool anyway. Just imagine a little fucking drone and you're fucking flying that thing around. I don't know, it's pretty cool. I'm kind of geeky like that. Oh, there you go, D-Max. Get a WTF Nation sponsored team. There. There you go. I'll fucking buy a drone racing drone. There you go. And have WTF Nation sponsor me.
There. Hey, easy enough.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, my chair.
But yeah, so there was all right. So everyone knows about all this Black Lives Matter bullshit that was going on.
Yeah.
There was a story I found, and it's kind of a sad story, and I'm just waiting for this to turn into another one of these Black Lives Matter fucking bullshit things. But in Columbus, Ohio, a Columbus police officer killed a teenager because of a BB gun that looked like a no-shit firearm. Columbus
Didn't it have a laser sight on it too?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I didn't read the entire story. Columbus police chief said on Thursday that the BB gun the 13-year-old Tyree King allegedly pulled from his waistband before he was killed by an officer looks like a firearm that could kill you. And for everyone on Facebook Live and YouTube, here is the picture of the BB gun. To me, that looks real as fuck. It turns out to not be a firearm, in the sense that it fires real bullets, but as you can see, it looks like a firearm that could kill you. Chief Kim Jacobs, speaking to reporters at a news conference, held up a photo of the type of gun found at the scene and said our officers carry a gun that looks particularly identical to this weapon. Police said officers investigating a reported armed robbery in East Columbus on Wednesday night were told by a male victim that a group of people approached him and demanded money. One of them, he told officers, had a gun. Officers said they were attempting to speak with 3 people down the street who matched the descriptions of the male suspects when 2 of them fled on foot. Officers followed the males to the alley and attempted to take them into custody. When one suspect pulled a gun for his waistband, one officer shot and struck the suspect multiple times. King, the African-American teen who allegedly pulled the weapon from his waistband, was shot by Officer Brian Mason, who is white and a 9-year veteran of the force. King was taken to the Nationwide Children's Hospital in critical condition and later pronounced dead, according to the police statement. Police said the gun found at the scene was later determined to be a BB gun with an attached laser sight. Jacobs said officers were not wearing body cams and police were trying to see if any surveillance video captured the shooting. Demetrius Braxton, 19, who fled on foot with King, said, I was in the situation. We robbed somebody, the people I was with. After police gave chase, Braxton said, The pair initially heeded police orders to get down, but then King got up and ran. When he ran, the cops shot him. He told the newspaper, adding, "The bullets hit King 4 or 5 times. I didn't think a cop would shoot. Why didn't they tase him?" Jason Pappas, president of Fraternal Order of Police, Capital City Lodge Number 9, told the dispatch that he spoke with the officer involved. Officers do not have the luxury of knowing if it's a real gun or not. So 2 young men who were suspects in this armed robbery separated and ran. One of them was ordered to show his hands and go to ground, and he complied.
Imagine that, and he didn't get shot.
Oh, I know, right? Jacobs promised a full investigation of the shooting, with the results to be sent to a grand jury. "We want all the right answers, not quick ones." The chief said she would not let an officer out on the street to perform their job if they don't trust them to be capable of doing it. Jacobs said it was too soon to draw comparisons between King's death and the Cleveland death of 12-year-old Tamir Rice, another case in which a white policeman fatally shot a black boy who had a pellet gun. Rice was shot by the rookie officer investigating a report of someone pointing a gun at people near a recreation center, although the caller said the person was probably young and the weapon likely a fake one. The information did not get passed along to the officer, who shot Tamir almost immediately after stopping his police cruiser nearby.
Wait, okay, like, if a caller says, "Oh, the kid's got, like, probably a fake gun," I'm, like, as an officer, I'm not going to trust fucking what the caller said.
Right.
And, dispatched, they'd be like, "Oh, it might be a fake gun." No, I'm not going to treat the situation like that. Really? So, like, they're going to base their fucking judgment on what a caller said?
Right, especially in today's day and age where police officers are being targeted. How do I know it's not someone setting me up? Oh, there's a kid waving a gun, but it's probably a fake gun, and they turn up there and then fucking shoot the cop. But then, why are you calling the police if it's probably a fake gun?
What's ironic is they called the police because this kid was pointing the gun at people. They show up to approach the situation, to deal with the situation. The fucking idiot, dumbass kid pulls a gun at the officer and gets shot and killed. And they're whining and complaining that this kid died because, well, he had a fake gun.
Right. Growing up, growing up in England, I didn't have fucking firearms and all that shit. The closest we had to that is like blanks. And I had a fucking blank firearm. And I had the fucking common sense. Growing up in a non-gun culture, I had the common sense not to take it outside of the fucking house. Not to be fucking waving it around, acting all fucking gangster and shit. I used to be in a thing called Army Cadets, which I think is like ROTC. So it's for like teenagers. It's kind of like Boy Scouts, but for the military. So like teenagers and shit go there. So you can join at 13 and it lasts until 18. But it has like all the rank structure and all that shit. It's all military stuff. So you learn about land air, first aid, fucking shooting, all that kind of shit. And then you go away for like weekends and do like weekend exercises out in the field and like you learn fucking ambushes and patrolling and like all that kind of shit. So it's like Boy Scouts but military style. So anyway, one Christmas, my mom bought me a blank Beretta 92F. So when we went away for weekends and shit, I could have a fucking sidearm on me. So I would have the SA-80, which is the British Army weapon, and then I had a fucking a sidearm on me as well because like I was a cool kid. But it was fun. But even then I had the fucking the sound mind to know not to fucking take it outside and stop waving it around and shit. Here's the kicker: the kid tried to rob somebody with the fucking gun. Doesn't matter if it's a fake. I don't care if it's a plastic gun. You try to rob somebody and use that gun as a fucking weapon. So number one, you shouldn't have done that. So your fucking problem. Number two, you was told to fucking show your hands and get down on the floor, which you did, but then you decided to get up and run away. Now, That's fine. I mean, if you want to do that, fine. You probably end up with a broken nose or something once the officer tackled you to the ground and your nose like hit the ground, I guess. But brandishing that firearm, whether it's fake or not, I mean that was your fucking fault. That was game over right there. Now, I kind of lost train of. All right. So I guess the determining factor in this whole incident is the kid that lived blatantly admitted, yeah, they fucking robbed someone or tried to rob someone. But he says, the kid got up and ran away and then the cops shot him. So if the kid got shot in the back, then I would say that's damaging evidence to suggest that he may or may not have brandished the gun. Because as you know, even cops have to follow fucking use of force, which states if they are a threat or perceived as a threat and you feel your life or someone else's life is in imminent danger, yes, you can use lethal force. As much as necessary to distinguish or fucking end the situation. So if that's a fucking taser, you taser the dude because he's got a stick or some shit, then fine. Then fucking taser him as soon as the stick has dropped and he's become compliant and stop fucking tasering him. So if this kid is running away and he pulls the gun out and just runs with the fucking gun, that's not a reason to shoot him. But if he's facing you and pulls the gun, that's a reason to fucking shoot him. So I guess it's the determination on this thing is going to hinge on the fact of whether the kid got shot in the back or not. Because if he got shot in the back, obviously he was running away when he got shot. And if he got shot in the front or the side, he was obviously looking towards the officer or at least turning towards the officer at that point.
I understand the whole use of force thing. If the kid wasn't fucking robbing somebody and running from the police, he would be alive.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
end of story. They want to sit there and cry because, say if, the officer did shoot him in the back, which, might be kind of fucked up. However, if the kid had the weapon out and was running, and even though the officer shot him in the back, it just takes a split second for somebody to, turn and shoot.
Yeah, but that's still under the law, the cop would still be in the wrong because he's not an immediate threat. He's running away.
I know, but I just kind of look at it. Well, you know what? Shouldn't have fucking broke the law.
All right, exactly. And that's what I said. If the kid didn't have a gun and he just decided to go up and run, maybe he'd get a broken nose because the officer didn't fucking punch him. His head or his nose hit the pavement as the officer tackled him. Let's just go with that story.
Or he could have been like the other kid and just fucking got down and complied.
But, the reason he ran is because he had the fucking gun on him. Like, that's the reason he ran. It doesn't take a rocket science to work that out.
Yeah.
The other kid probably didn't have anything on him, so he knew he was fucked, but not in that much trouble.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm assuming. But yeah, it's your own fucking kid's fault. Like, I'm surprised. Well, if I was there and I had a gun on me, and you try to rob me, and the second I see your gun, I'm shooting your ass. End of fucking story.
Yeah.
So, the kid's lucky he didn't fucking die, 5 minutes earlier.
They would have still whined and cried.
Oh, yeah, probably. Fuck it. Kids nowadays, it's sad because it is a fucking kid, but at the end of the day, that's his own dumb fucking choices, whether it be his parents' fault because they didn't bring him up properly, or because he was hanging around with the wrong fucking people. And, believe it or not, parents can be good parents and bring their kids up in the good kind of way where you teach them the difference between right and wrong, but they get mixed up in the wrong crowd, and that crowd fucking turns them, and it fucks their life up. So not all parents are fucking bad. It's hard to say. It doesn't show or say anything about the parents. So I can't even assume or on if the parents were good or bad. Like I have no idea. But yeah, there you go.
I mean, you're right. I mean, about the whole parent thing, but I don't know. Like, it just seems like with the previous cases, like Michael Brown and like, their parents, like Michael Brown's parents were like the shittiest parents you
Right.
could think of. And here, they get, his mother gets invited to the Democratic convention and talk about police brutality.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
It's to me, it's kind of hard to believe, like, with that kid and that type of environment. And I mean, I guess I'm kind of making an assumption that the kid grew up in the ghetto, but typically, I guess patterns have it that the people like that live in the ghetto and their parents are nowhere to be found, or their mom or whatever, they're working, a couple jobs just to, keep food on the table. Of course, their kids are left at home and they end up, in the wrong crowd.
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's hard telling, honestly.
So I live in Columbus, Ohio, and it doesn't say specifically where this happened, but I know downtown is kind of that.
Kind of rough.
Yeah, the residential area downtown is a shithole. It's fucking fly. Got it. Oh no, I let it go before I killed it. But it's a shithole. It really is. The residential area is, for lack of better words, a ghetto. Now that doesn't mean the kid fucking lived there. I mean, because it's downtown, so people come from all areas and go fucking downtown. But it's fucking nighttime. So what are you doing? A 13-year-old, 12-year-old? What are you doing downtown at nighttime if you live not in downtown? So yeah, I would say your assumption's pretty fair, and that he lived in that shithole. But yeah.
I mean, I've never lived in Columbus. I've been there a few times. I think I know what you're talking about. You just didn't get out of your car.
Yeah.
Cincinnati has some places like that. You're just driving, through the ghettos, and you just kept your doors locked, your windows up. It didn't even matter if it was like 100 degrees outside, and you just kind of kept going.
Yeah. Timmy says it's our generation's fault. A lot of them forget how they were raised and let their kids do what they want. And it's true. It's like I've said before. Parents nowadays, generally speaking, because I know it's not everybody, but they're too concerned and enrolled in their own fucking lives and what they want to do. They let their kids do whatever the fuck they want to do because the parents want to concentrate on their lives and the shit they want to do. And they feel burdened by the kids, so they let their fucking kids do whatever the fuck they want. Well,
My
they can't
question
be
is,
bothered.
why do they have kids?
Yeah, that's the multi-billion-dollar question. But yeah, there you go. So it's Friday, folks, and that means Friday Night Fuckery tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern with Redleg. Now, I know over the past few weeks, Redleg has been starting to show you guys some of the staff that works behind the scenes. Last week, Jay Reddy was on the show with Redleg. I'm not sure if Redleg's going to have anyone on tonight, but regardless, it's going to be a good show as always. We're going to have Drink That Tune for your chance to win a free sticker. And you can only play that at the WTF Nation Radio chat room. So if you go to WTFNationRadio.com, click on live chat, you can go over to the chat room where there's webcams and fuckery and good stuff. Have we got any guests on tonight, Mom?
No.
All right, no guests. So it's essentially a free-for-all Friday. So if you guys want to call in and join in on the fuckery at any point, 415-889-8367. Ice, I believe, is playing Ice Rave tomorrow night, Saturday night, again starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in for that. And then Sundays, we got a new show going on.
Yeah, it's listed as the Pothead Show in the calendar.
Yeah, the Pothead Show. So it's all about marijuana. It's good uses towards PTSD and pain therapy and all that kind of shit. It isn't a let's just smoke pot and get high. It's an educational show. So make sure you tune in for that. That show's debuting this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then, obviously, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All the other shows always starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. More often than not, you can find us here for Liquid Lunch starting at 12 noon until 2 p.m. Eastern. Yes, and then next Friday, a week from today, we're going to have Matt Best on the show to tell you guys about an event that's coming up. But he'll be on the show, kind of hanging out with us, so don't forget that. Did I forget anything, Mom?
No.
All right. Well, I think we're good. As always, thank each and every one of you for hanging out with us in Facebook Live, YouTube, and over the airwaves. If you want to listen to any of the previous shows, go check out our podcasts at WTFNationRadio.com, iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Oh, and Google Music Play. Yeah. So if you want to catch up on any of the last shows, if you missed one, if you want to take us when you're out and about, you can download the TuneIn Radio app. Just get that from your respective Play Store. Download it, install it, and then search for WTF Nation Radio. But that's it from us, and I'll probably catch you guys tonight. So until then, as always, enjoy the rest of your day.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all! That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?